This video is for lesson 3-2. We are going to record transactions that affect prepaid insurance and supplies. So our learning objectives, we will analyze and record cash transactions using source documents, and we will analyze and record transactions for buying and paying on account. So there's three types of transactions that we will be doing in this lesson here. The first one is on January 3rd, we paid cash for insurance, $900, check number 2. We would first want to write the date in the date column, so we would just put 3 because we already put January further up on line 1. We would then go ahead and also put in yours, document number C2. I like to do that right away, the things that I know that I don't have to think about. After that, we will do our debits and our credits. So when we pay cash for insurance, our two accounts would be cash and prepaid insurance. If you were to record those in your T accounts, it would look like this, where prepaid insurance was increasing with a debit of $900 and cash was decreasing with a credit of $900. We already have a special amount column for cash, so we will go ahead and write prepaid insurance in the account title. And then we will give prepaid insurance a general debit of $900, and we will record a credit in the cash credit column. So when you are done, you will have your date, prepaid insurance, C2 for the document number. You will then also put in general debit of $900 and a cash credit of $900. This next transaction is for buying supplies on account. On January 5th, we bought supplies on account from Canyon Office Supplies, $220. Memorandum number 1. Memorandum will be abbreviated M for M1. A memorandum is prepared. It shows that supplies were bought on account. It's used for when there's no other type of source document for that transaction. First thing, we would write the date 5 in the date column, and then I also write in M1 right away as well, so I do not forget it. We will also just write that on the first line of this entry, because as you can see, there is going to be 2 account titles we will write down, so we only write it for the very first line. Now, for our debits and credits, because we have supplies and we have accounts payable Canyon Office Supplies, there is no special amount column with the title of the account debited supplies and its heading. Therefore, we need to write supplies and give it a general debit on the same line of $220. There's also no special amount column with the title of the account for accounts payable Canyon Office Supplies. So we will need to go ahead and write that account on the following line and then record our credit of $220 on that same line. Accounting practice, you would want to put your debit first and then your credit, so we would want to write supplies first and then accounts payable after. I'm not going to deduct any points if you don't, but if you want, to do it the complete correct way, that is how you would do it. So this entry requires 2 lines in the journal because the account titles do not have special account titles, special amount columns for them. Account titles and accounting records should always be written, so there is no question about the meaning. The usual practice is to write the full account title. If a title is too long, however, and the space is short, an account title may sometimes have to be abbreviated. Any amount that we put in the general debit or credit column needs to have an account title written in the account title column. And our third and final transaction for this lesson will be on January 9th. We paid cash on account to Canyon Office Supplies, $100, check number 3. Accounts payable Canyon Office Supply will receive our debit and cash will receive our credit. So we'll put in our date, which is the 9th, and C3 for the check number in the document number column. Our account title we have to write down is Accounts Payable Canyon Office Supplies. That will receive our debit, and then cash will receive our credit here at the end. So 3 types of transactions. Make sure you are writing neat so that way you can read all of the numbers you have written and don't make mistakes that way.